Peggy 18.
Welcome, my name is Thor Blystad. I'm the game director for Hitman Absolution, and beside me I have Travis Barber from the community team at IO Interactive. And we are having a look at contracts mode this time, which is the new online mode for Hitman Absolution. The contracts mode was inspired by the way that the community was using the old games in the Hitman franchise to create kind of new alternative hits on characters within the game. So we were using that as a starting point for actually creating what we call contracts, which is basically asking the simple question of what would happen if any character within the game could be a target, and we kind of took it from there.
Find the lights.
This section of the game takes place in a dark and rainy Chicago, where 1847 is on the run from the Chicago PD.
One of the things we got a lot of feedback on after the first time showing this level was actually the little story that goes on between Fasano, the rookie officer, and the sergeant. And a lot of people were asking us why we had to kill Fasano. They were saying they would have kept him alive, but we actually killed him. And they suggested that we should kill the sergeant instead, almost like as a revenge for Fasano. So that sounds like a pretty good sort of contract to set up. So that's what we're going to show here. We're going to actually try and take down the sergeant.
Yeah, basically the Sergeant Meyer, as his name is, turned out he is a pretty good and interesting target within this part of the game. So he was a very natural part of what we call featured contracts, which we have in every section of the game. There's a door here marked at the exit, which is a different one from the story mode. So essentially this means that a section that was simply like an A to B section within the game, where you had to get past all these officers that were looking for 47, now there's a hit. And every other condition of the level is still in place. The officers are still looking for us as 1847. But now the added challenge is to take down Sergeant Meyer. Anything we learned from playing through this level in story mode is something we can use in contracts as well. Knowing how the NPCs are kind of positioning themselves, how their patrols are. These are all things that you can use to your advantage.
What the hell is happening here? Fasano! Hey, Fasano!
It's just a few, Sarge!
Can't find him if the lights don't work.
Yeah, I hear you! I hear you! Huh. What is his freaking problem? Every day he's yelling at me.
The basic premise for a contract is that you take down your mark, you escape the scene, and then you'll get paid. And on top of that, there is a number of bonus conditions that the creator of the contract can set up. And for this particular contract, there is a stipulation that you should be unseen, which makes it quite a lot more difficult to kind of maneuver through this area, especially since our target, the Sergeant Meyer, he is standing in the middle of the room surrounded by his kind of subordinates. So it's a pretty daunting contract to kind of pull off.
One of the other conditions is also that the sergeant needs to be taken out with an elimination, which means we need to get really close, really close to him. And as you said, he's surrounded by a lot of people, so that's something else that makes it quite difficult.
Just get away from the ledge, okay? You could slip and die. No one's gonna die. Just
over here,
keep your eyes open. Yeah.
I've been told this guy is highly trained. He's not going to be waltzing in through any of the doors. We got to cover the upper areas too.
We're already on it.
That's good. All right, we got the east and west wing covered, but he can still get through here. Do we have enough goddamn men?
Yeah, well, we got the night crew Saganers coming. Your turn.
Yes, my liege.
Hey!
Come on, show yourself!
As here you can see, we have a small window of opportunity where the sergeant was unguarded, which we took advantage of, and trying to get out without being spotted. Here you can see there's lots of attention on us, but it's still possible to get out. They're probably gonna find his body pretty soon if they didn't do it already, which makes things a little more difficult and delicate. As the AI, the patterns of the AI is something that you as a player of course has a lot of opportunities to tamper with, but the moment they go into like hunt mode, or when they know something really bad is happening, the way that they react is not really predictable, in the way that you don't know where they will go, and if they send out search parties after you, it actually gets pretty difficult to predict whatever the AI is up to.
We should earn a pretty big payoff here, and we managed to do it in 47 seconds as well, which is always a nice touch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a different section of the level that we first showed and create the contract